So first up, we'll give it a quick weigh. This is the standard GTI Pro, 936.9 grams, and then we'll put the Pro Lite on. Obviously it's including the regulators and the pot, and this one came up to 746. So first up, we'll back in the spray booth, we'll get the settings right, set it at 2 bar. It ends up that the cap was turned around a little bit. Make sure you get all the settings right, make sure it's spraying the way you want to spray before you start actually putting it on the panel. And so my initial thoughts on the gun before using it was sort of a bit too light, and it didn't feel quite as comfortable in the hand to me. A big part of that could just be that I'm used to the standard GTI Pro. You may, if you use this gun every day, you may end up using the GTI Pro and say that feels a little bit weird. So it's just personal preference probably, but the guy that owns it said that it feels a little bit funny to him as well. So he actually mainly uses this gun for a base coat gun. He uses W400 and SI water for his clear coat. So here we go, we're putting our first coat on. Straight away you can see it's getting a nice wet finish on. Using the HV30 air cap, you've got to go quite close because it's HVLP. If you go too far away, then the paint's just going to drop on too heavily and it'll be just real thick and peely. So make sure you get the gun nice and close. It suits my style of painting because I know how to do it. And, so back to the gun. The only guns I've seen, I could be wrong, but one of the DeVilbiss best things about their guns is that they come out in different anodized colours and different patterns. And one of my GTI Pros has got flames on it and a skull, so it looks pretty cool. I'm yet to see a Pro Lite with any graphics or something like that on it. Whack a comment down, give us a look at some of your designs if you want. You can share them on my Facebook page, share them on Google Plus with us. Interested to see what your thoughts are on these same guns. I've also got a couple of other reviews and demos on a couple of different guns at the end. I've got just the standard GTI Pro with the HVLP cap and just the Starterjet 4000B RP as well. A couple of other quite popular guns. So I think the guy that I bought this, that I'm using this off, said that he bought it for about $900 mark, which is quite expensive for a spray gun really. Considering the GTI Pro, you can get trade price for about $700. For an extra $200, I'd probably, personally, I'd just stick to the GTI Pro, but it's still a great gun. So as you can see here, I'm using the head mount for the GoPro camera. I reckon most of the footage actually came out pretty good this time. First couple of times I used it, it wasn't really aiming in the correct direction, but I've played around with that and I'm pretty happy with how this came out. So just again, let us know what you think. More than happy to hear your comments and any questions and stuff like that. Feedback's welcomed. I'll do my best to answer any questions that you may have. I'm pretty busy. I've actually been, in my spare time and my after hours, I've been going up to the airport and spray painting aeroplanes, so that's been pretty cool. Something different than cars. So this is the Skoda Fabia, this car is. It's a two-tone, as you can see. This lower colour here that I'm painting on the bumper bar, that I put on the bumper bar before, was called Cappuccino Metallic. I can't remember the paint code, but we're using Standox solvent base coat, and the clear coat is Crystal Clear Pro HS. It's a 3-to-1 clear. My climate at the moment is starting to cool down a bit, so I'm using a fast hardener to try and speed it up a bit. Got the booth up to about 30 degrees, and these settings, I've just that works for my style of painting. You may have completely different settings, yet get just just as good results, and at the end of the day, whatever gets you the results is what you want to do. So pretty much brings this job to a wrap up. So this is a car once I've finished painting. You can see it gets a really nice wet finish. There's not much orange peel in it, it's nice and flat. I haven't got any footage of the car once it's been assembled because I just made this video today, so these parts are still sitting in the booth. So overall thoughts on the gun is it's really quite a good spray gun. Yeah, if I was in the market to buy a spray gun, I'd probably buy one. So thanks again for watching, and this has been another Gunman production. Goodbye.